Hook. Did you know that in Canada, the richest 10% own nearly 50% of the country's wealth, while in Vietnam, the wealth gap is even more striking with the richest 1% holding a staggering share of the country's resources? It's a shocking reality that highlights the vast disparities between the rich and poor in these two countries. Introduction. Today, we're diving into the eye-opening differences in wealth between the rich and poor in Canada and Vietnam. Each country has its own unique social and economic landscape, so let's unravel how these differences shape the lives of everyday people. Presentation of problem/challenge. First up, let's talk about the challenges faced by the poor in both countries. In Canada, many low-income families struggle with the high cost of living, especially when it comes to housing and healthcare. Even with a strong social safety net, there are still countless people living paycheck to paycheck. On the flip side, in Vietnam, poverty is more pronounced. Many rural families lack basic access to clean water, sanitation, and education. The stark contrast in lifestyle between the wealthy elite and the impoverished is staggering. In cities like Ho Chi Minh, you'll find luxury condos and high-end shops just a stone's throw away from makeshift homes and street vendors who barely scrape by. Exploration/development. Now, let's delve into the day-to-day realities of both rich and poor individuals. In Canada, wealthy families often have access to private healthcare, top-tier education, and even personal trainers. In contrast, the poor rely on public services which can be overburdened and underfunded. This can lead to long waiting times for medical care and limited educational opportunities. Over in Vietnam, the rich can afford international schools and lavish lifestyles, while the poor often struggle just to send their kids to school. Many kids drop out to help their families, missing out on education that could change their lives. And when it comes to healthcare, the disparities are just as stark. Wealthy individuals can afford private hospitals with state-of-the-art facilities, while the poor often make do with overcrowded public clinics. Climax/key moment. Let me share a powerful story that really illustrates these differences. Meet Minh, a young man from a rural village in Vietnam. He lost his father at a young age and his mother works tirelessly in the fields to make ends meet. Despite his dreams of becoming a teacher, he had to drop out of school to help support his family. Contrast that with Sarah, a well-off Canadian university student who travels abroad for internships and has access to all the resources she needs to succeed. Sarah's life is filled with opportunities while Minh's is filled with obstacles that seem insurmountable. Their stories are just two examples of how wealth can dictate the course of one's life. Conclusion/summary. So, what have we learned today? The disparities between the rich and poor in Canada and Vietnam are profound and illustrate the broader implications of wealth inequality. It's not just about money, it's about access to opportunities, quality of life, and the chance to break free from the cycle of poverty. Understanding these differences helps us recognize the challenges faced by many around the world. Call to action, CTA. Now, I want to hear from you. What are your thoughts on wealth inequality in Canada and Vietnam? Do you have any personal experiences or insights to share? Drop your comments below. And if you found this topic interesting, let me know what related subjects you'd like me to cover next. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more content like this.